When I was young, when I was a child, even later on, they always said that using sex was actually forbidden. And when you are, even especially before marriage, and when you are married, then only that you can only use it for just reproduction, to have children, and don't enjoy anything from it. Why am I saying this? Because a month ago, I had a visit from a dragon that I actually somewhere always has felt. I felt this dragon always, but this was once this dragon was able to let themselves be known completely. This black dragon that I'm talking about, this male black dragon, very much male, teach me for a month everything about sex magic and how it works. And to use, it's actually not funny. The dragon magic is not funny, especially not in a way of sexual acts. This was pure energy. Pure energy of sexual energy, sex magic inside of the dragon's path. Like I said, every kind of emotion that you can have on the dragon's path. The dragon's mind is much more powerful, so every emotion and every pain or every pleasure will be much more felt within the dragon and the dragon's path. It is much more powerful. The mind of the dragon is one with nature, but also one with everything that is alive, and so much more powerful, and one with the gods themselves. So if you are connecting with the dragon, you are also feeling and let this energy be awakened. With this said, what did I learn actually? What did I learn? A lot more how to manipulate it and how to use it, how to use this kind of energy. Because, like I said, it's going to be very, very powerful when you are using this, especially if you are using this alone. Like I said, the dragon's path is very personal, and I'm talking about this simply because no one else is doing it. No one else is really talking about this. And I find it very important, especially after this month of having this new teacher by my side, awakening something different inside of me, or inside of my energy, inside of my spirit. An energy that was connected with pure lust. Pure lust. I cannot describe it differently than pure lust. And there are a lot of people that restrain themselves from using this, simply because they are also being raised just like me, being more like religious. And you find it wrong to use something like this. But there is a reason as well why in witches or Wicca communities they are using it very much. So in the dragon witches, actually, where we are, we also should and can use this. And we can even use it even much more powerful with the dragon by your side. If you are you're having sexual acts with the dragon on your mind and letting the dragon be there, being your guide, your teacher, because this is your greatest teacher, your dragons. For example, once my first dragon came to me, my awakener, this was the dragon that teach me the most and how to guide myself. But there are going to be more than one dragons on your path, more than one that will have managed to come to you, to be with you, and to awaken up a lot of things that were asleep inside of yourself. And this was one of them that I just managed to really know a month ago. Very, very powerful, but also divine. Everything about the dragons are divine, of course, but I always had something before and a feeling for this. But later on, once this dragon awakened it, once this dragon touched it with his claws, just touched it, and even went inside of me just to awaken everything about this pure lust up. But not only that, how even to use it, even. So much powerful, so much energy that was awakening that moment. But not only that, it is now been more than a month ago. I always had this feeling to tell this to everyone, but like I said, it's going to be very personal when a dragon awakens something like this. But it's much more than this, of course. It's also the awakenings of much more than just one energy, one emotion. it's not only about sex, it's also about emotions of jealousy, emotions of, but as well as the abilities to open up the gates in more ways than one. It's all about following the dragon as well, as finding the dragon gates, as finding the energy that we are feeling. Finding the dragon, that's the entire point of it, but also to awaken yourself with all of the energy that you can feel, and as well as sex magic. And that is a very important one of us. Of course, there can be dragons by your side that you totally don't feel anything for. I mean, not that you don't feel love for them, but much more like a family, that you don't feel the urge to do something. But once I felt this dragon, and this dragon has touched me in this way, I could no longer else than to do something. Like it is lost. It is pure lost. I could not help it. Was pure guidance into the purest magic that I actually could feel, and that is how did I use it? Actually, the gates were opened. The gates were opened once this male dragon. I mean, that moment I was so much gay. That moment I really was so much gay. I couldn't care about anything else. I was forgetting the world, forgetting about everything. And that is also what I'm trying to teach you. Forget everything that they said to you, everything that they teach you, everything that humans teach you. Forget what you know or think you know. All you need are your instincts. And that is what this dragon was awakening, pure no instincts. The entire point of the dragon's path is to awaken your instincts and let it become magic. And this is very much magic. But like I said, do it most of the time. It's better to do it alone and let the ritual do its work by yourself. Every ritual that you do for the dragon has to be last minute. But if your teacher is there, is one of the dragon is your teacher, is there at the moment to teach you a new way, to teach you a new ritual, to teach you how to use your mind. And if your dragon is there to help you, then of course, like this black dragon was there, to be your second man actually in this moment. It's not funny. It's really not funny. It's something so serious. It's something so divine that I had trouble of saying this, of course, because there is not enough said about the dragon's path. That is so much the problem, because it's very personal. But the dragon's path in itself, pure magic, pure manipulation, and also by having sexual acts, you are trying to find the way to the dragons themselves, but also to the dragon's gates, and also being one with the dragon that is teaching you how to use it, and also to become much more dragon. When you are having this, and that is also the entire point of having dragon, these sexual acts and your sex rituals that you are doing, how to be much more dragon, be more wild and divine at the same time, also being much more primal at the same time, that you are just, and that is, it's not funny, that you are just talking with the dragon at the moment, but not in a human way, not with a human tongue, that you are just, difficult actually, but yeah, I want to be open with this, just much more roaring and much more wild, much more even animalistic, I could say, because in humans they always say that it's something mindless if they do something like an animal. Well, no. Once you are becoming much more dragon through sexual acts with your dragon by your side, with another dragon in this case, this is going to not be mindless at all. This is not going to be mindless. On the contrary, this is going to be very, very strong. Very much strong, and it's going to open up gates. And I recommend, if you are having a night, for example, and you are very much having this urge, for example, if you are standing before your altar and you have this urge, just go with the flow, just go with your mind, go with whatever you are feeling, go with everything that you are feeling. That is your entire point of it. Follow your instincts, follow your feelings, follow everything that you are feeling. This is very important to that I'm saying to you. Very important to follow your spirit, follow your dragons, and follow your mind, follow your instincts. Follow that. Follow not other humans. That is where you have to say. That is the entire point of religions. Of course, they always have leaders, and that is so. What is going to make you confused? And now I understand much more what the church is saying by don't use magic, don't use this pleasure from it, don't use it because, or else maybe you might discover who you are much more in yourself, who you are and what you are capable of. Don't use it. Just don't. Or if you are using it, don't feel any pleasure from it. Ah, my goodness, these people are just evil, just evil by and yeah. Of course, in this sexual freedom that you are going to have within yourself or maybe with another person, in this way you are going to learn much more about your draconic self, but also about the dragons by your side, and much more about nature in itself and how everything works and how your dragon magic will work. See how many things that you can discover by just opening yourself into sex magic with dragons by your side. But like I said, in the Dragon's Path, everything is much more powerful with the mind, but also with the feelings, with the pleasures, everything. Pleasure, pain, things like this, it's going to be much more powerful. For example, as well, if the dragon even thinks about something, it's something that you can feel as well. And you shouldn't just ignore it. Or, yeah, like I said, before I'm making a video or before I write something on Facebook, I have to think twice before I say something like this. But I say to this for sure to you, and especially after the visit from my black dragon, that was just pure magic. Ah, my goodness, I cannot describe that night. I cannot, but it was not only that night. Later on, this dragon didn't vanish. The dragon taught me, and much more teaching how to do everything, and everything that I learned from him was actually something that maybe I cannot share, but I can share to you this. Whenever a dragon awakens something within you and is going to be your teacher all the way, then follow your instincts and feelings and just follow the dragon. Whenever follow your own draconic spirit that is just awakened, and now it is following the dragon that just awakened it. This is what you need to follow, not humans. Not humans, that is forbidden. Not someone who declares themselves to be a priest or a leader or a guide. No one. This is going to be confusing. Your only teacher can be your dragon. And if they want to teach you ways like this, teach you everything that where a dragon stands for, that is purely your path and your path alone. Everything is centered about you, around you. For the dragon, there is no one else. Only you and only you. And you need to be taught if you want to find your way back to the dragon's gate. If you are leaving this world behind, even this is going to be very important to know your way back to the dragon's gate. If you want to be with everyone else, with other dragons. Yeah, very important. So, my goodness, I hate it when people laugh with this or people are ridiculing this. This is pure magic. This is pure manipulation, especially with the dragons. And also, I more than ever understand why witches of the old, why they always use this as some kind of a magic. I always wondered myself, why do witches do this all the time? They are all going to be female, and no, with male it's just the same thing. I was a male. This dragon, my teacher in sex magic, is male himself. So whenever I learned everything from him, I learned that even inside of male that are actually doing things like this. Oh my God, I shouldn't. Sorry, that is pure me, human, of course. And whenever you are doing something like this, even then I could even detect female energy. Even then I could feel this. That is also inside the Dragon's Path. If you can feel so many feelings and instincts and emotions that you can even detect female energy during a interaction between two males. That was actually very special. Maybe it was from me. I mean, or maybe, yeah, no, he was 100% male. 100%. So, yeah, still is by my side, still is teaching me how to do so. I'm not actually sure that I could tell you all this, but I feel that there is not enough said about the Dragon's Path, and this once again is a very important chapter from it. It's not going to be one dragon by your side. There are going to be several, and all going to be a teacher in a different way.